Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, June, back with some more Pirate 101 content today. Like I promised before in the original old video, I will be bringing more companion showcases, and today we'll be looking at the Skull Island companions as you get throughout the story that are the non-main and the main characters that you can get in Skull Island. I'm not going to be including the Kraken 5 and um, the Presidio 5. Those will be separate companion showcase videos. I'll be doing the main characters and some of the side quest characters you can get throughout the game as different classes, and I'll tell you how to get them if you want to get them, and I'll tell you what stats to give them. Let's go ahead and get started here, guys, alright? Okay, first off, we're going to be starting off on Wrathbeard, the good old tank Wrathbeard. He is a buccaneer in class. You don't get him until later. For those who haven't played Pirate yet, you do get Wrathbeard. He is one of the antagonists you meet, but then he has a change of heart. So, this is his max, what he'd look like. Right now, I actually have he can learn 2 3-rank abilities, which is really good. He's one of the really good companions. I'm going to turn on the music. It's actually louder than I thought it was going to be, so I can use 1 second. Turn it down. Okay. I'm going to reset him. Okay, so simply, he's a buccaneer, but he can learn 2 3-ranked abilities that can hold back enemies from getting too close to any of your allies that are squishies or to you yourself. What you want to do is give him hold the line all the way up to rank 3, and then repel borders all the way to rank 3. Now the reason why I say that is because when they hit rank 3, repel 3, and hold 3. If they get close to Wrathbeard, he decreases their dodge with hold 3, and he can halt up to 3 enemies. And then those 3 enemies will get hit by repel 3, which will cause them to lose 50% of their accuracy. It allows the tank to be the tank, to do his job, because if the enemies have first strike because he has repel 3, he will take the hit, but he will stop them from their tracks. That's the good part about that. That's why I like repel 3 and hold 3. Now, basically what I do for leftover, I do first strike, 1 blade storm, and that should be it. 1 blade storm because he has 2 crit cards, so that he can keep critting. And then the first strike is when he hits repel, he will hit repel, the attacker will hit, and then he will heal first strike. And if he crits, he hits this, so on and so forth. This is one of those pattern type abilities. So let me go ahead and show you what you give him. He'll be in the front line, but you want to give him some damage, so give him some strength, like a regular buccaneer normally. You're going to want to do armor, since if you're going to make him fight the bigger, stronger enemies, take the front line, give him armor. Now, I like to give him accuracy, only because he kind of does need it in order to hit stuff. A big thing here I don't really care for much is dodgy. And I only say that because even if he dodges, it won't be enough for him to live any of these hits. He doesn't have an ability that keeps him alive. So the better ideal to give him really is to give him some tough. And then he'll be tough enough to take hits. Enough health, armor, and he can fight. So that's Wrathbeard. Alright, next up we got Bonnie Ann. Bonnie Ann's origins is from good old Marleybone, Albion. It's a fox world, is what they say it is. Now, I can get yelled at a lot for this, and it's understandable. But I gave Bonnie Ann mostly Overwatch 3, because she can do Overwatch 3. Now, what Overwatch 3 does, and no, it's not the game. Overwatch 3 allows her to have the same thing with repel borders. So there's 1 type of each kind of talent per class. For Musketeers, it's Overwatch. For Melees, it's repel borders. And for Mages, it's prepared, or it's like something with the spell. Readied spell. They all do the same thing. They will hit someone if they get into range and decrease their accuracy by 50%. Which is good, because you kind of need that. I give her that, I give her burst fire until it's gone. It's gone here. That's the problem that I had with it. So now people can debate whether they really want to give Bonnie Ann a fight for her life with quick draw and return fire, but she doesn't have a very good dodge stat. Even if I give her dodging, she still gets hit with melees, and there's not very many ranged enemies. So what I would recommend is, if you're fighting melees, just straight up give her double. All the way to 3. Because she'll get that bonus attack from double tap 3. Right here. Make a bonus range sneak attack when you crit or defeat an enemy. Now when you give talents, of course, you give the standard, you give the agility. Let's see. You want her to hit, of course, so you want accuracy. Alright, now, like I said before, you also want to do damage as well with musketeers. Now, here are the important things. You change up the fight if the enemy is stronger with magic, so get resistance. If your enemies are more melee based, get armored. Dodgy and resistance and armored, they're all good stats for musketeers. They're the best stats you can really give. I honestly would go with dodgy and armored right now. Only because when it comes to choosing fights, the best option for Bonnie Ann is to be in range of the fight, but then if the enemy does go up to her, it gets her a bit more armor for survivability. It's 4, but it's better. Well, she already has a really good base magic resist, but you can still give her magic resist. But this will let her live longer in melee fights if you end up having her get charged at. Alright, so there's Bonnie Ann. Alright, next up we got Old Scratch. You guys don't get him until I forget. You're chasing after Wrathbeard, so you get him when you find him in a grave. Okay, you're looking for some riddles. Now he's a really tricky one to do. He's a witch doctor. So the only problem that I have with witch doctors right now is he has to have Mojo Echo so he can keep he can keep attacking, which is nice to have. The next one is it's good to have a bigger hit range. And you don't find very many witch doctors to fight, so this is really a PvP option for you if you really think you really need that. Another one here is the Coward's Bane. It's okay. It's a good one for him to have if they're going to be running away when he hits people. So, but I like to improve it 3 times. And once that's at, you can actually give him 1 Coward's Bane. So, it's pretty good. Alright, witch doctors normally need Spirited because they are based on willpower. If he's up against a musketeer, it's better to give him resistance. His base resistance is already pretty high, 65, so that's why it's not too bad. Honestly, I still like to do Spooky because he does have 1 spell that does damage to enemies, and it doesn't really help the Mojo Flow spells, but the Jobu's Breath allows him to do more damage for himself, so we kind of do need him to have that. Next thing you want to have is, he fizzles a lot. Accuracy is a big deal for you to have when it comes to having Old Scratch in a regular fight with no witch doctors, since there's not very many witch doctors. Now, weapon power, he's going to be basically regular attacking if he's not fighting anything, so you want to give him the most weapon power you can get him. So there you go, 329, and the last point really depends on you, on how you preferably want to have him fight. You can have him dodge more often, or you can have him take hits from magic or musketeer shots. So I don't honestly like to have him dodge, but honestly, if you want to like really make sure you don't want him to die from magic, of course, you can probably do base. But this is usually for PvP because that's when all the magic comes in. But magic damage is taken from musketeers, Like from Tricky Vinny, he does magic damage with his guns, even though he's a physical. But so I would just give him dodgy. Keep him from dying. Now, the rest of this page here, besides the bottom here, these are all companions that you're able to get through the game. Oh, I'm missing one. He's a witch doctor. Where is he at? There he is. Alright, so basically the rest of this page here are just companions that are able to be received through the game as you progress. And these are all the available Skull Island companions. I believe there's nothing else if I check correctly here. I'm going to skim through really quickly, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I believe that's all the companions you can get in Skull Island. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the simple stuff here. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to be showcasing Parandham. He's one of the grinding companions. You can get him by defeating Gortez 25 times. And it's such a really tedious task, but I got him. So, he's a buck. He's a clone of Gortez. He does the same attacks that he does in the game. He's pretty good. He's actually really strong in tank. Like I mentioned for Sabudai, or Temujin, he is better off to knowing Relentless. Vengeance Psych 3, and then giving him Relentless. Now, he's able to crit once and then keep rolling dice, and then he's able to he's able to stun an enemy if they get up to him. But with Garano, he's a special build. He can, there's the different options of giving him either repel borders or hold the line. So it would cause him to irritate the enemy to hit him, so his Vengeance Strike would happen more. But I like to be the combo type of person where I like to use Vicious Charge into Blade Storm, roll the dice for Relentless, and normally the person that I make him attack has like First Strike or a Vengeance Strike as well, so that they can both fight each other until one of them stuns one another, which is nice to have when it comes to companions like that. So, typical tank, give him all the strength you want, or you should. Give him armor so he does not die in that fight. Do not make him charge Witch Doctors, otherwise you're going to cause him to die. Since Witch Doctors will cost that one spell, it's like something Sing, the little skeletal things that come out of the ground. It'll cause him to take the special damage, and you don't really want that. It's going to be really irritating. You want accuracy, you want to make sure that he hits, so then he doesn't have any regrets if he does die, and then give him the damage that he needs to require all the way up to 345, and then the last one, now I like to give hot health. That's how you build bucks. I don't really like giving dodge since it's unnecessary. He doesn't really have anything that could benefit him for having dodge besides trying to live. That's why, as a privateer, I can just give him Fortress and he'll live longer, which will help instead of having a dodging ability, which dodging, you know, it doesn't really matter. I want him to get hit on purpose because he has Vengeance Strike 3. Giving him Vengeance Strike 3 makes him a lot stronger. Next up is the Eep Up Orc. Now, if you guys know the Jetsons, that's where his name comes from. So let me go ahead and show you off. You can get him by defeating him about 15 times in the dungeon where you saved the monkey in the forest. I forgot what you call it. Okay, so I like to give him Mojo Echo so he can keep rolling the dice. Same thing with every companion that I have that has to do with that. Mojo Rising is good to have, and a Coward's Bane in there. Now, Mojo Rising is good because if he crits, he'll keep attacking with that, and then he already has Ready Spell and Coward's Bane, so if they run away, he can hit. If they get close, he can hit, and then Mojo Echo will roll with it, and they'll keep rolling because it has a really good roll chance. As you can see, 35 plus. It'll be nice to have. Now, you can. It's really, really debatable to give him Spooky because he does have the Assassin's Miss. It's a poison attack move that he can do, and it does physical damage. But it increases power with magic. So it's debatable if you want to give poison or not, but what I do is make sure he does hit, so I give him accuracy. I gave him Spirited.
Yes.
Oh. Then I give him Rough. Now he has his base stats that he needs to have to hit, to damage, to do damage. He can't really do anything else. Now this is the part that really it's up to you. If you want to make the poison do damage if he gets in the middle of a fight, do Spooky. But if you're going to do Spooky with that, you're going to have to give him Armored so he doesn't get hit too hard when he gets in the middle, depending on what he's fighting. I don't like putting him up in those type of fights, so what I like to do is just give him Dodgy. And that finishes up his stats. Because if he ends up in a sticky situation, this helps him out right here too. It gets almost to 100 dodge. So this helps him out in the long run versus giving him any armor or any MR. Because it just lets him live a bit longer. But he's a bit faster of a character. He has jump, so he has an escape. That's why it's better to have a dodge over anything else for hit. Alright, next is Oingo Boingo. He's like the clone of the Chumbawamba when you fight him in the volcano. He doesn't really do anything special. I don't really like him as much. All you have to do is defeat him 3 times and you got him. Honestly, I haven't discovered really much about his special talents yet. It seems like he doesn't really like to learn level 3 talents. I mean, I can try. No, that first strike doesn't work either. Yeah, he can learn Blade 3, but it's kind of useless as a fat load like this guy who cannot really hit anything. That's why I give him second chance. So if you're ever gonna put him in your team, you want a level 3 ability, give him that. But if you don't want to give him a level 3 ability, make him more useful and not be a piece of trash, give him basically one of each of these. Anything besides flanking. So give him Blade 2. Now, he's a tank. You could have given him flanking, but he won't do damage, so it's not worth it, so. He's a tank with interesting stats. He's able to be a fighter, but he's not very good at fighting. That's the ironic thing about it. So let me give him everything else that he needs. Accuracy. And then damage. And give him health. And you're solid. Now, let's move on from him. I don't really want to talk much about Oingo Boingo. He's not really that good of a companion. Next is Rambha. Rambha you get as a musketeer only. You get him after you defeat Cortez and you free all the... Well, you don't free, but you take him back to custody. Now, he's a pretty good... He's a better version of Nanunanu. Nanunanu is the beginning privateer companion. You get him after you chase the kidnappers to the island where the water moles are. So we do Rambha. Okay, he learns first strike right off the bat. I think he can let... Nope. I got trolled. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so he looks like he can do Blade 3. He already has first strike, give him second chance. Okay, he basically works the same exact way as Oingo Boingo, but he has better stats because he has Turn the Tide 2, which is good. And then he has Turn the Tide 1, which is crap. Turn the Tide 2 is pretty good, I like it more. But I'm gonna reset it. Like I said before, you want something useful for him, so give him that, and then give him a Blade Storm too. That'd be nice. And I mean, he will miss. His accuracy is not that good, 111. His dodge is actually better than that, so I think a second chance would be nice to have. So, typical Buccaneer, give him all the strength. Nothing more, nothing less. Because Buccaneers, you know, excel from their strength. They are the only unit that excel from strength unless I missed a unit from a different class that I didn't really pay attention to. Give him the accuracy because you want him to hit, especially when he drops the Turn to Tide 2. Now people underestimate what Turn to Tide 2 is. You basically do get a accuracy and damage increase when you're half health. The problem with Oingo Boingo, he has Turn to Tide 1 only, so you get a damage boost, but you kind of need that accuracy to hit things and kill things, right? So that's why Turn to Tide 2 is a very good ability. Next way up, Rough, so they can get up to 300. Oh, 5. Now, the problem with him, he can't really learn anything else, but he's a standard tank. You can make him a damage dealer by just giving him Rough and Accurate and Strong with 2 armor. But I like to have my bugs to be tanks because their purpose in the fight is to distract and to take care of the squishies and the light damage dealers, and distract them because they're supposed to be taking the hits for you, not dying. Alright, let's mess with Nadu, a weaker version of him basically. He can learn Repel Borders, which is interesting. Can he learn it all the way up to? No. Okay, so I believe he's also one of those who can learn Blade 3, which is kind of dumb. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, what I like to do, I like to give him Repel Borders, First Strike, Blade, and then normally, like I said, he's a tank, so give him the option to do Repel 3, or Repel 2, so he can do more damage with that. Again, he's a Buccaneer. So, I think this is the more defensive because he does have Repel Borders too. So I like to give him the armored ability. And to make sure that he hits him, because it only works if you hit the enemy with the Repel Borders to decrease the accuracy, you need to hit them, so you need to have accuracy to kill them or do damage. Then finish it up with Rough. And you got Nanu Nanu. Alright, next up, Tricky Vinny. You get him as a swashbuckler after you help the Frog Father with the Presidio Spices. He joins you. This is actually his second promotion. He had only 1 before, and then they gave him a new one with a recent update, which is pretty cool. He's not very good. That's the problem with him. He's a good, he just talked back to me. He's a good damage dealer, but the problem is he doesn't learn very good talent. Like True Grit 3. Now, the problem with True Grit 3. You can only really use True Grit with Tricky Vinny if you're having a gunfight. Not very common, unless you're in Marleybone. Very common in Marleybone. So what I do, I give him double tap 3, I give him the bonus attack, I give him at least 1 quick draw, and one quick draw, 1 True Grit. So then he can shoot first. If the person has True Grit, he shoot him, so he has True Grit and shoot him. And double tap, blah 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 if he crits. So, same thing for Musketeers, give him Agile, so they can have their agility increase with the crit increase, have accuracy increase along with that. Now the special case with Tricky Vinny, you have to give him Dodgy. So then, in gunfights, he's not really weak. But I'm going to give him damage here mainly, because I want him to be a damage dealer over a random gunfighter. So the Tricky Vinny. Yes, you're at my command. Okay, Bones McGee, he's okay. He's not very good, actually. He's one of the really weird companions to have. He already knows... I didn't really fix him, have I? No, I didn't, so I need to check. Let's see. I know, I'm pretty sure he can learn Quick Adjust 3. Yeah, he can. So basically, Quick Adjust 3 increases your accuracy if you miss. It's like Second Chance 3, where your accuracy is increased. I'm going to give him Double Tap. Then I'm going to give him... Return Fire, I guess. What am I doing? Okay. Double Tap 2. Okay. I think you can actually learn... We did it again, guys. Rip me. Okay. He can learn Quick Adjust 3. And he can learn Double Tap 3. Look at that. Alright, so... He has 2 3-level counts that he can use. He can sneak in an extra attack, which is good, and then if he misses, he can try again until he hits. Which, his accuracy is really high now, so hopefully he won't miss anything. But it's so nice to have a stun when it comes to gunfights. So if I needed a gun utility companion, I'd have to use him for fights. And since he does have quick adjust, let's see. Best option to have is dodgy, so then he can dodge. And I might throw actually an resistance in there just to help him out. Oh, I can learn another one. There we go. So there is Bones McGee. We're almost done, guys. We have these guys left. El Tabrion, you can get him after you do the side quest for fighting him in the ship. When you get this, you get the stone. You get like the stone to go to a different world. I forgot what the world was. I think it was like, it wasn't Marleybone, was it? I forget. But you can get him after that point, I believe. No, Cool Ranch. You can get him during Cool Ranch. He can learn Venge 3, surprisingly, so he's a damage dealer. Blinking's pretty bad. Vengeance Strike 3 and Relentless. I think you can also learn Relentless 3, so let's try that. You can, which is pretty good. Good to have. And then give him Vengeance Strike so he can keep hitting. He's a damage dealing bug, which is interesting to see since they're not very good for that reason. He also has flanking, and I just find it strange, honestly. Since he'll be up for fighting, and if he gets hit by Vengeance Strike, he's gonna have some armor, so give him some armor, give him some of that, and then give him the damage output that he needs. And, you know, I should probably change it up where he has more of this than this, but I'll probably do it later since I won't really use him as much. Yes. Next is the Watermill Slingman. You can get him in the Isle of Doom when you go to do the record test stuff. He's the companion you get inside the cave, so let's reset his stuff. I believe he can learn double tap 2, 3. That's all he can learn. That's really good at 3 level, unless you really want that as 3, which it roots the enemy if he does parting shot 3, but it doesn't help that his damage output won't do much, and the positioning that he has is not that strong. So it's better just to not really use him as much. You can use him for fun. I honestly have fun using him when he's at a high level, but in honest opinion, I do not recommend actually getting him or using him unless you really want to like challenge your team's comp and see what you can do with that. Accuracy, dodge, done. Alright, he's done. Next, Barracuda, simple attack, creature character. Give him Vengeance Strike 3. Who joined? He leaves. I don't know what's happening, guys. Give him a second chance so if he misses, he can attack again. Give him all the strength that he needs to become powerful in fights. Give him the armor that he needs so he can live and fight. And give him the accuracy he needs so he can take care of actually hitting Vengeance 3. Otherwise, I would just not use him. I'm telling you guys that these lower end ones are not that fun. I just have them to show you guys and so you guys can learn. And last but not least, the Crazy Conquistador. Same thing, you can get him after you defeat Cortez. I believe he can learn.
Yes. I await your order.
Yep.
Yes.
Overwatch 3.
I await your
Only
order.
good for a good watcher.
Yes. C.
Simple as that. Give him accurate, accurate,
Yes.
rough,
Yes.
rough,
I await your order.
board,
C.
woof,
Yes.
then dodgy,
Yes.
and dodgy.
C.
Now he causes physical damage because he's using crossbow. The crossbow does physical damage, so if you hope to attack a tank with that, it won't help. I'd go attacking the musketeers with him since he does physical damage with his weapon. Alright, so that's every companion in the Skull Island area. You can get your story or challenge. There's still yet the Presidio 5 and the Kraken 5, but I'll have a separate video for that later, guys, so you don't have everyone. as I go through order of the story, I'll show you guys every single character, what to give them, what to do. You guys will eventually catch on how it works. But, you know, right now I think I've had enough of talking. My mouth has ended up being dry. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next Pirate 101 Companion Showcase. Later.